pays what you got for me.
Durag Diaries. Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the Tottenham Transfer News Show. You guys know what time it is by now. We are back here today. A little bit less energy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling a little bit depleted, a little bit dejected. But it is what it is. We move, innit? Yesterday, what happened yesterday? We're gonna go through the Super Cup, the loss, the bottle job, the Spursy moment. We're gonna break that down, and yeah, man, like it is what it is. It is what it is. We're gonna get into some of the Eze news that has come out this morning from Fabrizio Romano. Deal edging closer. Bid expected today. Today, a bid is expected. So we are looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully, a Savinho bomba to come during this show. But yeah, man, big up to everyone that's joining from Dan Potts' channel. Big up to Potts for the raid every single time. Bottlers in it. Yeah. I saw the end of their show, so I know exactly what they told you. You're not gonna catch me out. Big up to PFC TV. Big up Jords, my bro. Jords signed the contract for the striker. Trying, man. I'm trying. What's good, bro? Long day. Hey, what's good, bro? I hope you're good as well. I saw Catch doing what they're doing, Catch and SB. They'll have their little moment, they'll have their little laugh, but don't worry, we will be getting GBGs this season. But they can have their moment. As all rival fans, they can have their moment. But there's a lot of fans that have never played in the Super Cup before, so again, yesterday, they can only just admire the type of game that they saw and admire Thomas Frank ball. But look, before we get into anything, before we talk, about any of the transfer news and talking about the game, I think it's only key that we start with some of the stuff we've been seeing regarding Matisse Tel. Now, obviously, for a lot of people that was on my watch along, they would have seen that I felt a type of way about Tel in the moment. You know, the emotions get the best of you. And I said, Tel shouldn't have taken a penalty. I said all these things. Now, if you've got a problem with Tel's performance, you've got a problem with the way he played, and that's not an issue. Everybody's allowed to critique what went on the pitch, but that's as far as it goes. And I want to just send my best feelings and sending my best to Matisse Tel, letting him know that I stand with him. And, we as a community, as football fans, we need to stand with him, whether you're a rival fan or not, because we saw, this is far too often that, a person of color steps up for a penalty, misses it, and then the whole narrative gets made around them to be the scapegoat. We remember just a few years ago in the Euros when this happened to Saka, Rashford and co. Yet again, now seeing this with Tel, the one player that's being picked out and one player that's being abused. It's just not okay and it's not right. So I just want to let everyone know that I stand with Tel, but we should all stand with Tel when it comes to this racism and the personal abuse, because it is disgusting. It's awful. And it's not something that I co-sign whatsoever. So if you've got a problem with his performance, and we'll talk a bit more about it in detail as we talk about the game, his impact and how, yes, he wasn't he didn't have the required impact that Thomas Frank would have wanted. But at the same time, just what happened yesterday is disgusting and it's not on. And just whilst we're on this note of topic, I think it's only right that we share the note that came out from the Tottenham Twitter page. The statement was official, saying that we are disgusted at the racial abuse that Matisse Tel has received on social media following last night's UEFA Super Cup defeat. Matisse showed bravery and courage to step forward and take a penalty. Yet those who abuse him are nothing but cowards. And I want to make that very clear. you are nothing but a coward if you're sitting there and, like they said, hiding behind anonymous usernames and profiles to spout their abhorrent views. You hide behind a picture of a random person or a football player, and you want to sit there and have an opinion, and you want to sit there and think that your opinion counts, and, you know, try to abuse these players. Is disgusting. So those types of people says more about yourself than it does anyone else. Like, you can cuss Matisse Tel out you all you want, but the insecurities are showing. You don't even want to put a picture of your face as your profile. That says more about you than it does him. But we will work with the authorities and social media platforms to take the strongest possible action against any individuals that we are able to identify. And we stand with you, Matisse. Yes, we do stand with him. I stand with him, and all Spurs fans should stand with him. But absolutely disgusting behavior from many of the Spurs fans. There are many Spurs fans that are having these views, and also rival fans just chiming in. So yeah, no, just awful from the Spurs fan base. Didn't expect it from our own, and especially to do it to our own, and to do it to a kid. More than anything, you're doing it to a kid. We're abusing a guy that's 20 years of age, just coming to the club. I remember just a few months ago when the fans were getting onto the team after a game at Fulham. They were on the back of the team, you know, talking about how bad the performance was. He was the one player that went to the fans trying to calm them down, trying to talk to them at 19 years of age, showing that maturity in that moment to, you know, express his love for the club, but also expresses his respect for the fans, bringing that knowledge of playing over in the Bundesliga, what it means to answer to the fans and go there and have a conversation with them. I just think he's like, it's just awful, man. It's awful, innit? I don't want to focus on this for the whole stream, but I think it was only right that I did start with that, because I think it's been disgusting how he's been treated, especially when you take into consideration Bergvall come off the bench, done nothing. Archie Gray come off the bench, done nothing. So it's just like, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't. I'm seeing, to be fair, the Bergvall one is funny because he only actually played like 4 or 5 minutes, but still, like, my point is there's 4 players that come off the bench. All of them done nothing, didn't really have the required impact. Archie Gray played all but 23 minutes, and I didn't see him make one block, one decisive challenge. And he replaced one of our key players in that midfield. So there's other players that had worse performances. But hey, narratives are narratives, and agendas have got to run in it. I know a lot of people are just, oh, he's rubbish anyway, and all that, man. But let me come to the chat. Let me see what the people them are saying. See how everybody is doing. But yeah, man. I know the rivals are in here. They wanted to get their stuff out, you know. Spurs, Matisse Tel, you know, if you want to call players rubbish, that's all good. But yeah, man. Like, let's just hold it there, innit? Let's just keep it to Tottenham stuff. But Bottlers read, Bottlers, Guna's still crying about Europa facts. Hold that. And also, I will just say now, innit, to anybody that got timed out at the end of the watch along yesterday, you know what it is. It's no hard feelings. I think as it's right with myself, you know, I didn't actually do any of the timing outs, but everybody was in them. Everybody was emotional. Everybody was emotional. Everybody was a bit fuming. So that's all it was. It's no hard feelings. It's just in the moment. I doubt you'll be timed out again today. The moderators won't be carrying it over into today. So you are all good. But yeah, man. Let me come to the chat. Let me catch up with the people. We stand with Tel. Facts. We definitely stand with Tel. No to racism. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, man. Durag Delusions. I feel sorry for Matisse Tel Aviv, but what is brother doing? We need signings now. We already bottled the cup because of Levy. Let's not bottle the league. Well, I don't think we're gonna win in the league, so we definitely can't bottle it. But yeah, man. Big up to Mr. Udang. Yes, and I definitely hashtag no to racism. Not a fan of a club. Yeah, the racist guys aren't real fans. Facts. Tottenham has been built on ethnic minorities. Some of our best players haven't come from England. So sit here to, you know, like, and especially black players like Ledley King, the guy that led our club for 10 or so years. The last captain before, Sonny to lift the trophy is that of an ethnic minority. So when we're talking about like the racial abuse, it's crazy, and it just doesn't make no sense. We're not the club to be doing any of that. You go to Tottenham and it's literally a black area. It's a black area. Yard shops everywhere. You got African shops, like Congolese shops, like you got Somalian shops. Like you go to Tottenham, it's one of the hubs of like just pure mixed cultures. So like I don't expect this from my club of all. Although I do know what my club does have, and I don't want to really get into all of that, but just my club, it just don't sit right with me, man. It don't sit right with me. We was brilliant last night. So proud of them. Big up. Come on, you Spurs. Yes. Van der Ven missed a penalty too. No one says anything. Facts. Van der Ven missed a penalty. And his one, I was more sure about Van der Ven missing. I'm not going to lie. I was very sure Van der Ven was going to miss. Big up to my bro, Ilias. Big up Durag Diaries. Big up to Farhan the Gunner. Big up to Farhan the Gunner for the super chat every single time. Well said, brother. They are sick cowards. Big up to you. And look, it says it in the name is a gunner. So this, if the gunners can, lay down the swords just to respect this for a moment, then I'm sure all football fans can and just put their respect. What I would love for my community to do, and that is you guys, my delinquents and descendants and them, man. I'd love for you, man, to go and just tell them, let's drown out the noise of the abuse. And I know, like, some people, I don't really DM. I don't DM football players because I'm not a neek, innit? I'm not gonna lie. Why am I DMing a football player? But I think what we need to do is come together, and as Spurs fans, we all send them a good message. Let's everybody just send them let's drown out the abuse and the racism by sending him some positive messages. Let's say, we're proud of you, well done. Anything along those lines. We're proud of you, well done. On to the next season. Keep your head up. Get that head of yours up immediately. Yeah, like let's send him some positive news, man. Let's give him something positive to know that there are people out there supporting him. And yeah, Mr. Udang, I'll apologize for Mr. Udang because I know Mr. Udang and Ghosted were mad. I was saying 86k, bear man. Bear man, we're getting 86k timeouts. It was dark. It was dark times at the end of the game. Dark times. Big up to Steve Reynolds. He says, big yourself up, Jords. Big up to Steve Reynolds. I appreciate the super chat. Man said, stop crying. No, nobody's crying, Pappy Havertz. And do you know what? Even for behavior like that, talking about crying when we're talking about something that's serious, like someone time him out. Someone time him out. Like there's a difference between having a football banter and then having a serious topic. We're having a serious convo about a player getting abused racially, and a man want to come in and like, oh, stop crying. What are we doing here? Kick these guys out of the chat. I don't want guys like this out of my chat, bro. Like, what are we doing here? This is the stupidness. Like, again, if you want to talk about the game, bottlers this, that's fine. That's fine. But again, to talk about crying when the racial abuse is going on, you're going mad. Don't give these racist guys even a time. Speak too much about the stupidity. Facts. Facts, G. It's just lack maturity. That's what I mean. People that just lack too much maturity. Like, there's a time and a place. You just give it another 5 minutes and you can banter me, We were just having I said, let me just start the show with a little bit of serious convo because something's gone on. And then we can run the banter. You guys know me. I'm all for banter. You guys can clown me. My guys in the mod. Yeah, Kengiz, I'll sort you out. I'm not gonna ban guys, and my moderators aren't gonna ban you for clowning me. Like, you're not gonna get banned for saying something funny, calling me bottle and all this. But yeah, man. Wesley, the problem was you spoke too soon. Do you know what? Let's go into the game, innit? Let's go into the game because that shit get timed out, banned. That's the policy. Yeah, look, just hold on. I don't want look. Let's just hold on. No banning today. No banning. No timeouts unless something might going on. Let's just slow down, innit? Yeah. So big up to my guy Durag Diaries. Big up to my guy Hyperman. Want to banter Jords about consequences? Become a member. Become a delinquent. Become a descendant. Join your memberships now. And guess what? I even forgot to put the link in the chat. This has low concentration, man. You know when you lose a cup final, the concentration levels are extremely low this morning. But the link is now in the pinned comment if you want to become a member, if you want to be able to chat shit without any consequences. As Hyper says here, become a member, man. You get VIP access. Members can say what they want, how they feel, and they get away with it. I'm not going to lie. That is how it run over here, innit? Members do have VIP access. As long as you aren't abusing people, of course. Saying madness. You can call people clowns and stuff, innit? But nothing too mad. Big up to my guy, Pasaya Jacob. I always watch finals alone for a reason. I was pressed at Basuma. I'm sure he would have replaced Paulinho, but of course he fumbled the bag once again. Come on, you Spurs. And do you know what, yeah? You're not lying there. You're not lying there. Basuma could have had an impact. Basuma could have been the midfielder that came off the bench for Archie Gray. Could have been the first substitution, the guy that come to sweep up in that midfield and be that dog worker that we needed, especially in those last 2 minutes. So, yeah, Kengi, it's just, I know you got mod, but you can be unmodded. Let me just let you know, people can be unmodded, innit? So if I start seeing too many timeouts and people move mad, you'll just get unmodded, innit? It's really not that hard. All right, Wesley, I know that advert got you, bro. That advert got you. I know that advert got you, but do you know what, yeah? Speaking of the game, so for me, I'm going to keep it a buck. You guys that were watching me before the game knew I predicted a win. I had Spurs doing the job against PSG. I had a 1-1. I said we'd go 1-0 up. They'd come back into a 1-1, and then the game would go to penalties, and we'd win on penalties. That was my fault. When I looked at it, as the game played out, I was right. Going into the first half, I was right. I said that the back five would keep us solid defensively, and I was so happy with what I see. I said I wanted to see Danso on that right side because he has the pace, he has that power to carry the ball, but also when you need somebody to track back and help in that 1v1 versus Barcola, he was doing a good job. He actually done, Barcola got the better of him 1 or 2 times, and I'd probably say for PSG, Barcola was their most dangerous player. He was their most dangerous player. But as that half went on, we kept breaking them down. That press was... People talk about playing a low block. There wasn't a low block. We did have a back five, but we were doing a high press with that back five. There was times in that first half where all of our defenders were inside their half, and we're just waiting, trying to do the offside trap. Tried to catch them out. But we struggled. We struggled to create concrete opportunities, to create good chances when we did get on the ball. I think Richarlison was the nuisance that we wanted and what we expected. You know, be up top, cause some chaos, make sure that you're asking a lot of questions of the defenders, but also you're battling for every ball. Every flick on, every time the ball's coming forward, you're battling. And I think Richarlison done that so well in the first half. Now, obviously, when he did get on the ball, the quality wasn't there. And there was a few times when I'm seeing him break down that left-hand side and you just need a bit of a better final ball. Even Kudus. Kudus was cooking Mendes. I said it. When you've got Salah up against Mendes, man running in straight lines, it's different. Now you have Kudus, man who's eating jollof and pounded yam before the games. That man are built different, you know. The man are built different. The bone density is just that little bit more. So you saw when he went into that battle and there was that one time when the ball got played ahead of him, he hit Mendes with the weights. Hit him with the weights and then held up and said, bro, hold on. You're not getting the ball for me. And just leaned on him a little piece. Just like Fat Joe, he just leaned back. Man just leaned back a little piece and it was just, man was going nowhere. Brick wall settings. And I was happy with a lot of the performances in the first half. I was really happy with a lot of the performances in the first half. Pap Sarr, monster performance. People will know and go back and watch the video I made after that Arsenal game And I said, you're giving the manager a selection headache because Sarr has undoubtedly been Spurs' best player in the preseason. He was Spurs' best player in the preseason. And now you're seeing yet again, going into this game, Sarr was the best player on the pitch. He didn't give those midfielders no space to run, no space to hide, no space to maneuver. Man was moving like a Hoover, Henry Hoover, sweeping. Man was just, wherever the ball was, shoot, that's mine. Ball over there, shoot, that's mine. Everything was getting gone. When he was on the ball, moving it forward, driving, carrying. So impressed with what Sarr was doing. Zaire Emery and Vitinha could not progress the ball out of PSG's midfield. They couldn't break forward. They couldn't move it. Paulinho and Bentancur in the dual six. And Frank spoke after the game. And to be fair, obviously last night was last night. I didn't even watch Frank's press conference. I've only seen the words that he prepared for this game like it was a surgery, an operation. He prepared for this game and gave everybody single jobs and said, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, and made them practice and prepare. And you could tell because Paulinho looked a completely different player to that one that we saw against Bayern. He understood his role. He understood what was needed of him. He went in there, him and Bentancur doing the battle, sweeping, passing. He just kept giving it to Bentancur, and Bentancur was just spraying the ball left, spraying the ball right, turning inside out, playing it back, slowing it down, being the tempo setter that we needed. And that midfield trio done such a good job. They done such a good job to just constantly break down PSG. And the goal that we did score, obviously, came from a long throw. Set piece FC. That's what you're going to have to call us now. You're going to have to call us Set Piece FC. But that's what it was. We heard about a month ago when Thomas Frank came in. He's doing long throw auditions. He's doing the long throw auditions. Danso played so he could do that long throw. And he took advantage of it. The long throw into the box. Danso with an absolute cannon. You might have to start calling my manager Paella Pulis, bruv. You might have to start calling him that. You're gonna have to come up. I don't know no Danish food, bruv. Yeah, I don't know. I know a Danish scone. What is it? A Danish what do they call those things? Those bakery things. Yeah, Danish Pulis, whatever you want to call it. But we were doing Stoke City ball and it was working. But more than anything, they never even had one shot on our goal in that first half. Not one shot on target in that first half from Luis Enrique's team. So you can only be happy with the boys, only be happy with the defensive performance. Romero sweeping. Bentancur was literally heading everything away. Everything away. Like, let me get the sofa score up so we can actually look at the in-depth details to what the players were doing, how they were performing. Let me get that up real quick. Let me get that up because I think that would be a good place to start. It'd be a good place to start. But big up to my guy yet again. Super Saiyan Jacob. Yeah, my guy, my bro. Jed Spence Penitentiary. Yeah? How could I forget? How could I forget? Let me get round to that because the other best player on the pitch, had to be man like Jed Spence. Yeah. DS, and I ain't talking about Nintendo. Yeah. Desire didn't do a thing. Yeah. Desire didn't do a thing. Facts, that's a bar. Did he do anything? No. Yeah. Kvaratskhelia, KK. Hey, my man got put in the wing. My man got put in the wing and said, yo, you're going to solitary confinement. You're going to solitary confinement. You ain't even on Gen Pop. You're not even with everybody else. You're going alone for that performance. Because man didn't do nothing. Man was out there on that wing. Stranded. Just out there. all by himself in the pitch black darkness. Darkness. Dembele was having PTSD from the World Cup. Big up my captain and backline. Yes, big up to my captain and the backline. But Kvaratskhelia couldn't do a thing against Jed Spence. We've spoken about Jed Spence at left back, and it's crazy. It's crazy that the rating on SofaScore is Jed Spence being a 6.4. It's madness. They have Dembele as the man of the match simply off him getting an assist. Doesn't really, like, this is why you can't take these apps seriously for their, like, match ratings and stuff. Because you give Dembele a 9.2 and Sarr a 7.0. But Sarr was clearly the best player on the pitch. Chevalier got a 7.6, but this goalkeeper didn't have a good game. Goalkeeper didn't have a good game. I would go as far to say the goalkeeper could have saved the second goal from Romero. Could have saved the second goal from Romero. Big up to Tel Cocorel, Jose in the building. Just two of many reasons I wanted Thomas Frank at Spurs. One, tactical variety, and two, organization in every detail last night. We saw both in action for 80 minutes, just 6 weeks into his reign. It's mad, Brian, isn't it? It's mad. People aren't realizing, like, I can only take confidence. I can only take confidence from that game, from that performance, and take positives. I thought Richie, Bentancur, Porro, Romero, and Sarr were exceptional yesterday. That's the thing. I think there were so many players that were exceptional, but I had those players in particular, for me, that stood out with Bentancur, Sarr, Spence, were my three standouts for me across the team. A cheese Danish. Yeah, man. But looking at Bentancur yesterday, yeah, because that's what I wanted to bring it to, because he only made one wrong pass. The whole game, 15 out of 16 passes completed. Ground duels, 3 out of 4 won. Aerial duels, 2 out of 2 won. He lost possession once across the whole game. 4 clearances, 2 interceptions, 3 tackles. He was putting in the work yesterday. He was putting in the work defensively. Paulinho as well next to him. Again, another player tackling, putting in the aerial duels. But perhaps Sarr, that's what I need to focus on here, yeah? Because, like, the numbers aren't doing him justice. Looking at the numbers aren't doing him justice. 4 interceptions, 3 tackles, 2 clearances. He was fouled twice. 5 out of 10 ground duels won. 4 out of 4 aerial duels won. And 73% passing accuracy. I don't think that does him justice there. I don't think that the stats do him justice for how good his actual performance was. But onto that second half, I felt as the game was wearing on and as PSG were making their subs, that's where we started to struggle. And that's where they started to grow into it. They brought on first. I thought the first sub that started to worry me was when they brought off Barcola for Kvaratskhelia, so for Fabian Ruiz. And I said, once you get Fabian Ruiz on that pitch, you've now got a ball progressor. You've now got someone that can play through the lines, someone that's going to sit. He isn't going to be as high as Kvaratskhelia was, because Kvaratskhelia kept floating. That forward 3 behind Dembele, or the forward 4, I should say, were too fluid. And, you know, people talk about fluid football. It's good, you know, swapping positions, tear. But sometimes it's too fluid. So now you don't have a focal point. You don't have nobody that's going to hold positions. So when you're moving around and you haven't got nobody to aim to, because all of you keep going out on the wing, you all kind of do the fancy thing, too much technique. They're too much technique on their team, bro. You keep focusing all of that rather than focus on the basics. That's where we were killing them. We were doing the basics so well when they were trying to do the flashy stuff. Get on the wing, beat your man, cut into the box, cut it back, chop it inside, chop it right, bang. Like, they were doing too much. But when Fabian Ruiz come on, he started to hold his position just a bit further away. He was standing right 30 yards from the box, and he held his position there. Just held his position every time he got the ball, moving it quick, bouncing it into another player, bouncing it off, whether it was Mbaye, who came on for Barcola not long after, and he was a bit of a threat. I'd say he's a bit more a threat than that of Kvaratskhelia. He would just run at a man, cut inside. He was just asking questions from the fullback. When he went on Jed Spence's side, didn't really do much, but he kept cutting back and asking a question. And Poro's side, the same thing. Sort of could credit him for the last goal because he created the switch of play alongside Kangi and Lee, who I knew when Kangi and Lee came on, I was like, yeah, this is a guy that could back a goal. This is a guy that's got a good finish. This is a guy who's dangerous. I wanted him at Spurs. I said I'd take him at Spurs. I think he's a really good player. But I knew bringing him on, he was going to be a problem. And that's what you look at. You bring on Fabian Ruiz, you bring on Kangi and Lee. These are two players that start for Spurs in midfield potentially. Like they are top players. Fabian Ruiz, one of my players and one of the best players in the Euros last year. For me, and watching him there, I was like, bro, levels above. How have they got players like this sat on their bench? Club World Cup as well. He was really good for PSG. But when they came on, they just started to get a hold of the game. They just started to move it a lot better. You take off two dribblers for two passes. Now you got somebody that can play through the lines. And the goal that he did eventually score was class. Class goal. Came to him on the edge of the box, just rasped it, found his space. Obviously, we had the early sign just 20 minutes before when they did score the offside goal. And it was like, yo, you've got to start watch out now. Now this is when your ears perk up and you've got to look out. You've got to be careful. You've got to make sure everybody's on point. And I feel like the team was on point. I generally feel like the team was on point. Obviously, with the Kangi and Lee goal, it's on the edge of the area. Just like the Bayern game, I told you guys, like our box defending was so good. Yesterday, the box defending was so good until we started to get a bit more tired. And that's when the mistakes seep in. And to be fair, I'll be honest, the difference between the best teams in the world and the teams like, I suppose you could say Tottenham today, and even like an Arsenal, is the best teams in the world get over the line. Those last 10 minutes, they play harder than they played the whole game. You know, winners, when they go into that last round of a fight, they give you that last round, their best round. But we were very unfortunate. We was very unfortunate to lose the game. Obviously, PSG come back, and the goal they did score at the end was, not going to blame Spence. I think Spence just got caught out of position when you're trying to do, you know, it's the last couple of minutes, you're trying to mark your man. He got pulled out because Hakimi was in front of him, tried to step forward to Hakimi. But then he left that little space in behind for Dembele, and then Dembele found the gap. And it's all a story from there. And I do think Romero could have done better to mark Goncalo Ramos, because it seemed like Romero was in no man's land. And that's a problem I do have with Romero when he does defend sometimes, especially with those cross-field balls it's always from that right, I should say the left-hand side, but from the attacking team's right-hand side. That's when I always question Romero's defensiveness, because I don't know, he always gets caught out in position there. I remember the Ipswich game last year being one in particular, the Brighton game, and another one where I just think he got caught out of position and we concede those goals there, being it from those crosses. So just a bit unfortunate for Romero there after such a strong performance in that game. Could have won man of the match, you know, scoring the match-winning goal. It would have been. It was a proper captain performance from him up till then. Vicario was good in goal. Didn't really ask too many questions of him. But Dembele, when he got out on that wing, I can't lie, that's when the danger really started. I started to. You guys would have seen me in the watch along, bro. I was like, yo, it's tense. It's tense. Now, this is when I'm starting to worry, bro. I'm starting to worry. I'm seeing Dembele. You know the thing with Dembele, because he's ambidextrous, we call them, yeah? Man can go left, man can go right, and it's really no problem. As a defender, you know, especially Jed Spence being a defender on the left-hand side, when he's defending against a lot of these wingers, it's easy because he's going to show them the outside naturally. And they're always going around the outside. Or sorry, he shows them the inside naturally, and then they go to the outside. It just makes it easy for him to shift his body. But when you got Dembele, who's guts there, then drops the body inside, and when he drops inside, it's not like, you know, the touch isn't there with the left foot. Sometimes a bit more heavy. It's not heavier than the right, bro. There's no difference. So it caused the problem. And then the penalty shootout, look, I said it. I think we lacked penalty shootout scorers on the pitch. We definitely lacked penalty shootout scorers on the pitch. We lacked quality. And at the end of the on the penalty shootout. We had to look at defenders taking the third penalty in Van de Ven, which I was against. I think when you look at the players that were left on the pitch, I would have rather you go. Obviously, I know we had Dominic Solanke go first, then we had Bentancur go second. I would have went with Pedro Porro third because I think you go with your most confident takers, your best ball strikers. I think Pedro Porro should have taken the third penalty. Then potentially you go with Tel in number 4, or Bergvall, depending on the confidence from the players. And then I can't even lie, I probably would still have went Tel number 4, and then Richarlison, Romero number 5 because he's captain. Obviously, just go in there and ras it. But I think with the penalty shootout, we was always at a disadvantage, innit? Always at a disadvantage because PSG have all these attacking players. They stepped up. They gave us the advantage with Vitinha missing the first one. But after that first penalty, you could just see that they were locked in. They were locked in, and Vicario was pretty poor. I was trying to hope Vicario would save one, but didn't even dive the right way for any of the penalties. He was just useless in that sense. And the Tel penalty was just so bad. I'll be honest. With the Tel penalty, my issue was he does this run up where he does a stutter jump. And I'm just like, bro, it's a final. It's a penalty shootout. I know people say don't fix what isn't broken and stuff like that, but just do your normal run up. Just put the penalty back in. Don't need to do the stutter step. You don't need to do too much. And that was my problem. People will see I'm going to release highlights on my watch along today. You'll see how those will come out. And you'll see my reaction in it. My reaction was that I thought Tel was going to miss. Stutter step, I said he was doing too much. And sometimes you can, innit? I think in something like that, you keep it as simple as possible. But hey, look, it is what it is, isn't it? Ultimately, PSG were the team that won. They were the better team in the penalty shootout. And when you win penalties, you deserve to win the game. I do think we played better than them, and many people wrote us off. But I'll take the positives where I can. I think for me, the key takeaways from that game were the setup, like Brian said, the setup, just knowing that we defensively look like a whole different team to last season. Like I'm looking at this defense now and saying we could have one of the best defenses in the league next year. Definitely within the top 5 for goals conceded because it was so solid back there, and it's hard to break us down. It's very hard to break us down. Late in the game, you're always going to get a few opportunities, but it's definitely hard to break us down. And then away from that, I definitely say the tactical nous from Frank to prepare for these bigger games. I've now got a little bit more confidence going into the Champions League, knowing that in these big games in the Champions League, Frank can handle himself. Frank can swing with the big boys. Frank can throw a couple bangs back. Like Frank's not just going to be up against the ropes. He's going to swing, and he's going to go out swinging, and that's what I liked. That's what I like to see from us. But the biggest takeaway is we still need attacking quality. We still need players of a different level, of a different class to really help us progress and go through into these bigger games with that little bit more confidence, with that better, more sustained ability in the attack. So yeah, man, like overall, good performance from the team, solid tactical setup from Frank, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough to get the job done. And for those that are going to call us bottle jobs, I think it's a fair point. You can call us bottle jobs. It is what it is. But I'm not going to run with it. I'm not going to be swayed, and I'm not going to be people let me think that that this was a bad performance, because it wasn't. It was far from a bad performance to me. I'll be honest. But I'm just going to come to the chat now because I know I've been on one for a while. So I'm just going to come to the chat and see what the people are saying and see how everyone's doing. Jords, your Super Cup song had me, bro. It had me as well, man. I was so ready. I was so ready to just, come on this stream today, be all my streams and just be sitting there. Super Cup. I was ready, man. I was ready to go into every single stream. And when the man were talking to me, My response would have just been supercar. That's all it would have been. But hey, we got to leave that one, man. We got to wait till next time. We'll make a new song up. Don't worry. We'll make a new song up. That's not even a song. That's just a one-liner, innit? Call it an ad-lib at this point. We just call it an ad-lib at this point, man. Or a stab. Shit. Why are you gassed? Who said I was gassed? I never said I was gassed. I don't know. Tell me something, Jords. First, already starting. Jed Spence for me was man of the match. If it wasn't for all that ball watching, switching off at the second goal, yes. Do you know what it is though? With like 94th minute, tired legs. Sometimes it's not a case of switching off and ball watching. Sometimes a case of like, I don't know if you've ever been in position. Well, guys have played football before, so I'm sure you guys have played football. And sometimes your mind's ahead of your body, and you're watching it all play out in front of you. You're like, I want to get there. I want to get to the ball. You just can't. You just can't. Your body hasn't got the energy no more. And then in the 94th minute, I'm not mad at Jed Spence for not getting there. And not being able to stop that. Like it was one of those ones. It was just a bit unfortunate at that time. But big up Ethelstan, man. Swear that's the king from like God knows however long back. But Ethelstan Edwardson. It's crazy stuff. Yeah, I was cussing with Richarlison. I was, but again, in the watch along, you gotta remember, man, I'm in the moment. I'm emotional. I'm very heated. When I'm giving you my thoughts today, I'm giving you my thoughts on, you know, a more settled state of mind. So I'm not just in the moment shouting things out, giving you my commentary and just saying like things are going on. When I look back on it, I think he was causing a nuisance. He was being the nuisance that we need them to be. It obviously wasn't clean. It wasn't good at times, but that's not what he isn't a clean player. He's not a good player in that sense. So yeah, man. If you think I was getting onto him first, I would, innit? I still want to get rid of Richarlison, but he's a weird player, innit? He's a really weird player. Like you either love him or you hate him. I mean, I don't feel like there's an in-between. And well, I feel like I'm that in-between right now, innit? I'm in the in-between. Like I'm an odd one out. I'm just in the in-between right now. Like I don't hate Richarlison because he's pure effort, but I don't like Richarlison at the same time because the quality is just not there. Unless Richie was tired, he was tired, man. Richie was definitely tired. That's all it was. When you've been running up and down, he was tired. Check Time Sport. If somebody can send a link in the chat for the article, be much appreciated. Otherwise, I'll check it. Let me just catch up with the chat and I'll get round to that red one. But I appreciate you, my bro. Can't remember the last time. Yeah, Richie hasn't played 90 minutes in a long time, so I can only imagine that he was just tired. Soldan Hedun. Big up Durag. I did not expect Spurs were a very good team. You gave us hard times. I wish you all the best in the Premier League this season. Big up to you, Soldan, man. This is what I like to hear from a PSG fan, just giving us the respect that I think we deserve. People didn't expect a lot from Spurs. People thought that we were going to be rubbish and they writ us off. And it was a good game, man. I think PSG, you know, I have my thoughts regarding Luis Enrique being on the sideline, but hey, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm not here to talk about the refereeing's poor game because I think the referee did have a poor game. But again, we lost. We lost ultimately. So all these mitigating factors don't matter because we didn't get the job done. But I'm seeing Ghosted beef, everyone. Ghosted is putting in the work right now with the beef in the chat. Keeping Ruiz and Ramos on the bench is criminal for Luis Enrique. They need to play more minutes. Yeah, man. I've been saying focal point. When you try to play too much in that middle, it's causing a problem for you guys. Now, football aside, everyone supports Jords. Nothing about football. Facts. Yeah, people are... And that's it, bro. We're all just here to support the content, man. As DJ Den says, big up to DJ Den. You know what, yeah? How could I forget? DJ Den should be a mod. No people should be able to ban DJ Den. DJ Den is actually a real one as well. He's actually a real one. Let's get these likes up. We're currently on 68 likes. 149 people in the building. Can we get this likes up to 100 for some Spurs tears? I know we got loads of rivals in here, innit? So if you're trying to like it for some Spurs tears, let's get that done. If you're trying to like it, some Spurs joy, get that done. Either way, make sure you're spamming. I don't mean tapping, spamming that like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Your boy Jords is close to 4K, just 250 away. I need your support. I need your help to keep pushing that out there. So 250, the countdown is on. 17 days to go. Can we get there? Who knows? But I need your help. I need your help. I can't lie. I know Van de Ven can strike a ball, but Dark Row, my question to you. That was my question to you, man. But Solanke takes his penalties a similar way to Tel. He does, but Solanke done a really short run up. He just done a short run up and just banged it in. 1-6-4 Spur. Big up to you. Big up everyone. But yeah, man, big up to DJ Dens running up the likes. That's what we need to see. We need to see the mods working hard to run up the likes like that. It's mad. The mods are too busy beefing. It's all my mods are beefing, bruv. It's whole there's a civil war in the moderators. The moderators are just in a room doing a little Royal Rumble right now. The moderators are in a room doing a little Royal Rumble right now. It's mad. It's mad. Super Cup. I'm so upset that I didn't get to run that one today, you know. I'm actually so upset that I didn't get to run that one. Now, I was so looking forward to just running Super Cup. Hey, people can't lie though. That one was hitting off. I know people were at Yards yesterday watching the watch along. You go Super Cup. I know Catch. Catch it big up. Like Catch is in here, yeah. I know Catch was sat there. He was going raw. He was watching it. The watching again. Super Cup. He was hitting it. I know Catch was trying to hit that note. I know Catch was feeling that note, bro. I know it. I know it. Hey, because I know Catch is a master of imitation. Man was all trying to watch me doing all the running around, but my do-rags all running in my face. Like, man are forgetting. You know what I was doing? Man's doing what your captain's doing. Hair flicks. Man's doing do-rag flicks. They don't know. Don't know about the do-rag flicks, bro. Trying to watch the game and it's blocking my eyes. So man's got to do a couple do-rag flicks, innit? That's what we're at right now. Just that's what I'm doing, man. It gets like that, bro. It gets like that. Like, man can't wrap. I was gonna wrap up the do-rag early, but as you saw, I support Spurs. I can't be doing that. I can't wrap up the do-rag and think that game's over because as we saw, the do-rag was off, man. The do-rag was off. But big up to Caleb. For 85 minutes, we were outstanding to it. Yeah, we were outstanding, bro. Literally outstanding for those 85. I didn't even say like it worked for Tel's generational future Spurs captain. Big up, man. I hope he is. I hope he is. He's got some captain mentality. I'll tell you that. Definitely has some captain mentality. So if he improves, why not? Why not? Big up to Mr. Udang for sharing that. I was just gonna get that up. Civil War is hilarious. So that's what's going on, bro. I can only comment on what's going on, innit? But if you watch carefully, Jed was marking 2, 1 in the center sometimes, then Dembele and Kvaratskhelia on the right wing. No idea why. Because Jed Spence is a governor. Jed Spence is a governor. And he's a governor of Jed Spence Penitentiary. Man was trying to recruit some new prisoners. He got 1 new prisoner. He thought he was going to get 2. He thought he was going to get 2 prisoners, bro. Jed Spence was just trying to get some more man into his prison. That's all it was, bro. Yuck. How greedy. Yeah? My man was just trying to get 2 prisoners, Mo. 2 for 1. You never heard about that deal? Jed Spence was trying to show you, man, what going on, innit? But there's more mods in here than regular chatters. Aye, because the mods are serious. We got a lot of mods over here, but more than anything, it's just that I mod up my serious people, the people that support me, the people that are always here. I mod them for one so they can't get banned. Because if you're a mod, another mod can't ban you. Only I can. But another thing is, I need serious people to be running the chat and just making sure things are going in. So, and my mods are always active. My mods are chatting. I'm sure there's plenty of people that aren't talking. Some people don't want to talk, innit? But yeah, man, definitely got plenty of mods in here right now, man. OGs. Mustafa is I can't lie. Mustafa might be like the OG. I can't think of who my first mod is, but I think Mustafa might be the first mod. I generally think Mustafa might have been the first mod on the channel. He was definitely one of the first 5. I know that. So Aye, OG in the building. Left backs for England should be Hall, Spence, and MLS. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, you and Love United, definitely. What was that? Boost? What boost? What boost you on about? But I can't even see the Gooners messages unless Jords pulls them up on screen. Feels good. How do you do that? How do you do that? In my opinion, a lot of I don't even know how to say that, but negatives Tottenham content makers play into this dialogue. What dialogue is that? What dialogue are you talking about, bro? Let me know. But Super Cup was dangerous, boy. It was, man. It was a dangerous one. Catching them all. We can block them. What do you mean? What you guys are blocking people in the chat? I hope you're not blocking people. Or you just you block from seeing their messages. Is that what you can do? Can you hide users? Oh, hide user. Actually, I don't know. I get separate things, so I don't even know. But man said you can't even. Man said you're just out here. Can't see their chat and they can't see our chat. Is that what man are on now? Man said talk to the hand because the face ain't listening. Man said I ain't want to read your messages. So you can mute them. Fairs. Now we can see his, but he can't see ours. I Mr. Udang, they can see your messages, bro. The cat said he can see your message. F. Stan says, Durag Diaries, do you think Thomas is first choice left back of Jed and Destiny? I can't lie. At this point, Jed Spence is the first choice left back. Destiny has to work his way into the team. You don't just slide back into the team. You got to come back, pick up some form, and then hopefully, if you're good enough, you take his place. Otherwise, you don't get that. You don't get that role. You don't get that role. But there is news. Big up to Mr. Udang, because the news regarding Eze has dropped. The news regarding Eze has dropped. Spurs supposedly have put in a bid. They've put in a bid for Mal. Put in a bid for Ebere Eze. Paul O'Keefe tweeted this this morning. Tweeted this morning to let us know. He let us know that Spurs are now preparing their first official bid for Ebere Eze. That was what Paul O'Keefe said. Fabrizio Romano, I know that he does like to tap in Paul O'Keefe sometimes. So Fabrizio Romano then said, Tottenham are prepared to open formal talks with Crystal Palace for Ebere Eze. The plan to return to the table reported 2 days ago, 100% confirmed. It's been confirmed. And also confirmed that Eze would be keen on the Tottenham move if the two clubs can agree on a fee. Now, I was hearing, apparently at the Filthy Fellas show, man like John Wicko's trying to do up ITK and say, oh, Eze's coming, Arsenal, just chatting rubbish. Yeah, I'm hearing all these things. Man, I don't care about your little ITK business. Yeah? I care about what the man are saying on the mains. Yeah? Not what they're whispering in the alleys. What are they saying on the mains? And on the mains, Eze would be keen on a Tottenham move if the clubs can agree a fee. And then big up to Mr. Udang, who posted this from Ollie Thomas, who is Crystal Palace YouTuber, reporter, journalist, all of that type of stuff. Let's just say he's a Crystal Palace in the know. And he has shared that 58 million plus 7 million add-ons is the first Spurs bid for Eze, apparently. Pretty close to the release clause, although I imagine payment terms favor Spurs. So apparently the bid has come in. The bid has come in, apparently, for Ebere Eze. Yeah. 58.7 million. 65 million in total. I can't see why Steve Parish would haggle over 3 million. But more than anything, I can't see why Levy didn't just put the extra 3 million on top and just say, look, we'll give you 50, we'll give you 60 plus 8. We'll give you 60 plus 8. We're happy to pay 60 million. We'll pay the 8 on the back end. As long as Eze wins us a trophy, As long as Eze scores 50 Spurs goals, makes 100 appearances, put that. It makes 100 appearances, 50 goals for Spurs, and a trophy. You get 4 million for a trophy, 2 million for 100 appearances, 2 million for 50 goals. That's the add-ons I'm saying. Realistic, but not too, he's still got to achieve some way. 50 goals, once he reaches that, I'm more than happy to pay them an extra 2 mil. 68 million pound fee for all of that included. Sounds like a proper player to me. So I don't see why Spurs won't get this deal done. Now, if this is the price, I would expect that Steve Parish may buy away and say, look, pay me my 68. But then if Spurs are willing to pay 58 plus 7, then I think it might just be to test the waters to see if they're going to accept our payment terms. Now, if they're happy with the payment terms and it's just getting out to 68, then I think this deal will be done. But I need that deal, or I need that here we go today or tomorrow. Now, I would expect, or suspect, I should say, Spurs here we goes like to come on Fridays. They like to come on Fridays. So I won't be surprised if the here we go is delayed just until tomorrow or bid or anything. But I need it. I need it. Bring Eze to Spurs. Get him at my club. I needed someone like him yesterday. He would have been a game changer for us in that game. Instead of taking off Kudus and bringing on Tel, we could have had Eze. Could have had Eze. You saw what Kudus was doing. Man was plucking the ball from all the way up in the air, down on his foot back. The ball just stopped. The ball, it was like landing on cement, fam. The ball just went bang. Man just clutched it on his knee, on his foot. The control was different. I needed another player of that level. I need another player of that level, man. He's going to be keen because he has to keep his options open. The only way he goes to you, man, is if we don't come in for him. Your second choice, my boy. That doesn't make sense. If you don't come in for him, this is why we're second choice. But if you don't come in for him, then we get him. But then if you don't go in for him and he chooses Spurs, you're going to say we didn't go in for him. So this is just bullshit. What you're doing is copium. You're telling yourself that, we're second choice, but he's going to choose Spurs. This is what's coming out. He's going to choose Spurs. We'll see if Arsenal bid. You're clearly a bit simple. Spurs coming out with this bullshit after getting fucking embarrassed last night. You fucking guy is hurt. I don't know if this is an Arsenal fan, but my man is hurt. My man is hurt. Man said Spurs coming out with this bullshit. Like, either you're a Spurs fan that is so hurt about last night, you're going, oh man, embarrassed. Didn't get embarrassed. But again, this is what comes from guys like you with a big mouth that don't show their face. I've got my face. I'll go to Spurs games on the mains by myself. If anybody's got something to say to me, they can come up to my face and say it to my face. But let me tell you something. Have this type of energy for me in person, please. And I tell you, keep the same energy. We'll see who the crackhead is. We'll see who's going to be spazzing out on the floor like a crackhead. Yeah. We're going to see who's out there doing all of this when your neck's not working no more. That's all I'm going to say, innit? Like, keep the same energy. Keep the same energy. But you already know winning Champions League is in the add-ons. I wouldn't mind, throw that one in there. A little unrealistic one. You got to. Palace are going to accept. I hope so. Definitely a feeler bid. It is. I think it's a bid to understand whether they're going to accept the payment terms or so on. That's what I think it is. But Jords, give that idiot a real ban. He can't be saying that. Yeah, do you know what it is? I want him to come back in the chat of his face. That's what I do want. I'll be honest. That's exactly what I want. But I can't ban him because you guys already banned him. So I wouldn't even be able to I can't even ban him now. I can't even ban him now. I'll have to permanently ban him when he comes back in the chat. Ghosted patterned him a 24-hour thing. When he's back, we'll tell him to come back. I just say I want these guys to keep the same energy. Bring that energy in person. I'll tell you what game I'm going to go down to. Don't worry about that. I'll let everybody know. I'll be down at this game. Bring that energy. You know what I mean? Jords, you saw the Danny Olmo links? I ain't seen no Danny Olmo links. Send that in the chat. Send that in the chat. But I'd imagine that that's just heating up off the back of potential Eze news. I know that he wants to stay at Barcelona, so I don't know about their registration issues, if he is registered and so on. But yeah, I haven't seen that news. Have a check, man. But I need some Savinho updates too. Double, here we go. We forget about the PSG fast. That's exactly what I've said, man. Give me two here we goes, and I ain't even gonna think about it. How much bid do you expect for Savior? As Manchester City fans think, as a Manchester City fan, I think 62 plus 3 million euro add-ons would be enough. 65 million, I think Spurs won't be too keen to pay 62 up front. Maybe 55 with 10 add-ons. Maybe that. Maybe 57 with like a similar bid to that of Eze's. I'd be happy. 65 million in total, though. It doesn't seem like a bad bid, innit? 58 plus 7, we could do it that way as well. We have just seen a here we go from Jacob Ramsey, a player that we have looked at across this window. £40 million fee from Aston Villa to Newcastle. So they have got rid of this player, one that we expected to go for PSR issues. Aston Villa needed to make sales, and they've just received £40 million from Newcastle for him. Newcastle finally starting to sign some players. Malik Tiao and Jacob Ramsey both confirmed this week. They are now waiting on a striker. So looks like Newcastle are finally doing some business. Newcastle are finally doing some business. Man's moving like a Targaryen in this chat. Don't chat to me. Super Cup. I've seen the Omo links. Where's the Omo links? Someone just sent the Omo links in the chat. I ain't seen the Omo links. I have not seen the Omo links. Maybe my pages, my aggregators haven't posted them. And the guys that I follow. But let me. Obviously, I've been live for the past hour. So if it's come up in the last hour, then we may not have seen that. But I'll search it. Let me just put Omo. See what comes up. Danny Olmo. Can't see nothing so far. Don't tell me it's TBR football making the links. That's what I want to say. Don't tell me it's TBR football. Supposedly we're preparing. Come on, man. So the sources are crap, man. Oh, don't wait. I'm seeing. I was about to say the one that I'm seeing is from years ago. I'm seeing Danny Olmo links from time ago. Oh. Man said the Fikajes people, bro. This is the worst. And I'm going to tell you guys put you on some game. This is one of the worst sources. Fikajes or whatever you say. Spurs set to make waivers, £60 million bid. Don't see it happening. We were looking at him years ago, prior to when we were looking at Cams, when we wanted to sign, just before we signed Madison. Can't see us going back in for Danny Olmo now. I can't see us going back in for Danny Olmo. A lot of money by Barcelona are going to want for him. 60, 70 million pounds. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening, people. No, Jords is exactly the type of guy you'd go match with, just laugh even if we get beat. Facts. Come on, Cypriot Jordy, man. You know what it is. Like, we're just there to have some fun, man. Definitely, if I tell you guys I'm going down to a game and you guys going down to a game, definitely link up, man. Definitely link up. Like, I'll definitely open to linking up with the people, them having some fun. You know, this season's going to be a season where we can actually smile during games. We can smile. We can have, like, we ain't got to sit there and be too stressed. Seeing our team being opened up, surgery settings at that back line. Like, it's going to be a lot more comfy. A lot more comfy. Big up to Austin. I caught Jords live finally, even though I'm a rival fan. I like your style. Big up to Austin, man. Big up to Austin, bro. Appreciate you, my bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was shitting bricks yesterday until the end of the game. I bet you was. Everybody would have been shitting bricks because they know what energy I was coming from. I was coming with that Super Cup energy, bro. I was ready to go buying with anybody, letting it go. Coming with the straight drive-by. That's what I was. Anybody can go. Anybody can get it. That's what I was on. ACG. I was on all of that. I was on all of that stuff. But unfortunately, my team wasn't on it. My team wasn't on backing me there, man. Why are Woolwich fans so consistently balanced? It's a question for them. Imagine Omar, Eze, and Savinho. Wow, that's being very, very cheeky. You can't get all three of them. Just Eze, and I'm happy at this point. I hear you, man. Himothy on X seems like it's a reliable link. I know about Himothy. I'll check what Himothy's saying. because he seems to be a Tottenham ITK of some sorts. Now, I'll be honest, all these Himothy, Poseidons, and all the I'm not saying I don't believe them because they definitely have some knowledge in it, but I don't take their word as gospel. I'll say that I don't take their word as gospel. Eze is making it. Oh. Now wait, where would this? See, this is why I get a bit confused with these pages because I don't know where they start making up quotes and making up things because this I haven't seen Fabrizio Romano say this. Fabrizio Romano now, unless he's gone on I know he does these YouTube shows. So I don't know if he said this on a YouTube show, but apparently Eze is making it clear to Crystal Palace he wants to join Tottenham. Spurs are now preparing their proposal to Palace with negotiations about to take place. A deal for Savignho still remains on. However, a higher bid, 60 million plus, is needed. 60 million euros plus a bid is needed. Hemofia says it's happening. As I said, all parties expect Eze to be a Spurs player. And then he's also said we want 20 million for Mano Solomon. I haven't seen anything regarding this Olmo stuff. So where's what Himothy commenting on Olmo? This is what I need to see. And it's funny because again, we saw Arsenal's fans twerking their bums violently, shaking their bum violently for Eze being in Saka's New Balance. Was it Saka's New Balance commercial? There's a picture of Eze. You know how embarrassing it is? How embarrassing it is for them man to start twerking for a guy that's now ends up at our club. Shake that bum violently, man. We might have to drop a money sleeve on them, man. Shake that bum and we'll just throw some money at you. Make it rain. Shake that bum for my player. Let me make it rain on you. Let me make it rain on them, man. For real. João Felix was available. There's no. Definitely not him, bro. You're getting mad. Bomber, Fab, go. Eze wants Spurs. Did Fab? I still ain't seen Fab tweet nothing about this. His latest tweet was the "Here we go" for Jacob Ramsey. So I don't know what they have said. Big up to my guys who Poseidon Jacob. Hey, I can't even lie. Just saying the name. Man, get more hype just to say SSJ, bro. Hey, my guy who told me Savinho. To be fair, SSJ's been having the link. He did say Eze Savinho was going to be a double deal. He was one of the first people to let me know that was going to be a double deal when I thought it was going to be one. Okay, he says it on YouTube. He said it on YouTube. Fairs. Fab said that on YouTube. I'm here for it. But recently broke the Olmo DM. So you're saying he DM'd you about Olmo, or did he break the Olmo news via DM? Okay. Okay. So what I would think is that Spurs are probably looking at either Eze or Olmo. Or maybe Eze, Olmo, and like it won't be Eze, Olmo, and Savinho because we're not going to sign all three. Olmo plays Cam. So it's going to be Eze, Olmo, Savinho, Olmo. But that's it. It's either going to be Eze and Olmo or Savinho and Olmo. Like, that's it. I don't think you get Eze, Olmo, and Savinho. Or Savinho and Eze, of course. That's the other one. Don't think you get all three of them. Romano just said Eze's making it clear he wants Tottenham. That's not a bomber, though. That's not a bomber, but I hear you. But for real, I was actually smiling watching that till 80th minute or whatever. Bro, I had a big grin on my face, man. Big grin on my face. Fab posts the same story a lot, though, man. That's the thing. He does. He says it in a video. Like, he'll tweet what he said earlier, say it in a different way in a video, and now all of a sudden, this is all bigger news. Fabrizio has said he wants Tottenham as a priority. So all you Arsenal fans in here talking about how Eze is not coming to Tottenham. You're the backup. You're this. You're that. welcome to Tottenham. Welcome to the white side. Welcome to the right side of North London. Yeah, the champion side. I know you saw that performance that we just put in against PSG. I know you watched that. You said, I want to be there. I want to be there. And that's what I like to hear. We can't stop saying Super Cup, Super but I can't lie, 85 minutes, I was almost joining the Royal Navy. I conceded earlier, I swear down, but Spurs played better than my team ever would under that fraud Arteta. That fraud Arteta. Listen closely. But can't stop saying Super Cup. Hey, I know the people that were feeling that one. Don't lie. Wesley, I know they were feeling that one. And do you know what? Yeah, one thing I need to say, mods, stop timing out Wesley, man. I know, I think it was one of my other mods that timed out Wesley. But people don't time out Wesley. Wesley's actually a real one. He's an Arsenal fan, but he's always here supporting. He's always here listening. And as much we run banter together, bro. He can say his little words about, man, and you're deluded, and he can say all of this. He can say all of this, bro. Like Wesley gets a little pass in here, like. Wesley's always running joke, man. This is what I like to see. You know, Arsenal fans that can have some positivity and just talk about their club, but have some fun with it. That's what I want to hear, man. People, I literally say it in my description of every video. Don't take everything serious. We're all here to have fun and debate. And that's the first one. Have fun, bro. Just want to have some fun, man. MGW is better than Eze. We got sloppy seconds again. Martin Luns is such a bloody negative fan. Martin, when are you ever happy, bro? When am I ever going to see Martin happy, bro? Martin is never happy. Martin is never happy, bro. I've never seen Marty happy. Man's complaining. I've never seen a Spurs fan complain about Eze, bro. Man's complaining about Eze, saying he's second. We got sloppy seconds with Eze. Bro, sometimes you got to take a sloppy second when you can get it. I'm not saying that's what I do, but Spurs ain't in a position to say no. Are you going to say no to sloppy seconds when it's Lotto? No? Sheik. You're not going to say no, are you? Come on, man. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Where was Johnson, my boy? And what was this racism about? I was there in attendance. Big up to you, Jack, man. Big up to you, Jack, for being there in attendance. The racism with Tel has obviously all been through to the DMs, the abuse and everything that he's been getting online. It's obviously not been in person because nobody's brave enough to say those things in person. It's always just online. So with that in mind, yeah, man, that's where it's coming from. But Savinho bid is imminent too. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. We wanted to hijack Xavi, but Chelsea got that, so we moved to Eze. Oh, we're looking at all three. Wait. Hey, Jacob, are you telling me we went from Botham to Archie, yeah? Archie, y'all. I said, bring Archie, y'all. Bring Archie, y'all. Botham to Archie, y'all. We're trying to get Archie, y'all. Hey, she. Somebody smell like shit, and it ain't over here. It ain't over here. It ain't over here. All right, in that game, you could tell what we wanted to do. We broke with Kudus, but now one could get up there, so we had to turn back. Just think if we had Eze and Savinho. Yeah, man. We have Eze and Savinho is just big, bro. Big stuff. Big stuff. Big stuff. He said he's keen on joining Tottenham. We have a protest before the game against Burnley. Big up Change for Tottenham. Big up to Change for Tottenham. The protest is going to be taking place. And people, make sure you get down there, innit? If you are going to be at the game, if you are going to be attending, obviously, if you're watching the game at home, then don't expect you to travel down there. But if you are available, get down there, man. Go to the game. Go support Change for Tottenham. Go support the protest. Yeah, man. Do you know what? If some silence coming before then, shit. I ain't got nothing to say. I've said it already. You get a Eze, here we go on Friday, and then a Savinho bid ×2. Shit. I ain't saying nothing to Daniel. I ain't saying nothing to Daniel, bro. I know I was talking about giving him a happy slap before then. I might have a happy slap myself, bro. you mad? If we happy slap myself from Daniel Levy. Yeah, man, I'm talking about that. Big up to my guy, Super Saiyan Jacob. They believed the hand of Arsenal. They believed the hand of Arsenal. They thought it was the hand of God. That's what they thought. Bro, it's in the name. The hand of Ars. Brother wiped his shit with it, fam. That's what man I believe in, man, that has a shitty hand. Hand of Ars. His name is Hand of Ars, and man, I believe in him. He's got shit on his hands, bro. You don't believe a man that has got shit on his hands. Come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Man, I believe in a guy whose name is Hand of Ars. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're not even 100 likes. I see someone just liked and unliked. Fraudulent. 175 people in the building, not even 100 likes. It's crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. Man said that we can't even get a light 100 likes in here now. A light 100. No, I'm not gonna lie. 100's not light, innit? But still, let's run these up, man. Let's get these likes up to 100. I appreciate it, people. I appreciate it. I watch you on Potts' show, and it's always better when you're on a panel. Come on, I can't even lie, yeah. I love panel shows. I do love panel shows because I get to cook. I get to get my buying off. I get my little one-liners out there. But I've been made on panel shows, but I do love my own. I love my own space as well. So look, this is what I will say. If you want to have fun and you want to watch me debate and just do the thing, do my rival thing, you can go watch me on those shows, isn't it? That's what a lot of people want to watch here. But if you actually want to ask me questions, you want to understand my footballing opinion, I actually want a bit more analysis and understanding the game from my point of view more, I say come on my channel, and that's where you get the better side of things for that. But definitely, man, you'll get a different side of me when I go on a panel. Facts. I watch content from you, Jay, Deji Expressions, and I'm an Arsenal fan. Big up DJ Dens, man. I know DJ Dens is a real one. And I'll be real, that's the fans you got to look out for, bro. That's the fans you got to look out for. We all trying to take off, we all trying to catch up. And I remember talking about on the Tottenham side of things, on an ethnic point of view, we're trying to get up there. There's obviously Expressions leading the way of the whole of the football content. Well, big up to Expressions every single time because he's an inspiration to us. But we're trying to get there. We're trying to catch up. We did see that Henry Fong TV. Big up to you though. The boy is 19. Let's talk about his football. Nothing else. Let's keep it football. Facts, Scott. Facts. I think we get a here we go today. I hope so. We want Casado, to be honest, but Omo looks easier. Casado, looking at yesterday, once we get rid of Basuma, we might need Casado in there as well. We might need another option. Not gonna lie. I like Bergvall, great, but we might need another option to play up in there. But Eze, Savio, and a new striker, damn, we're gonna cook. Yeah, man, we're cooking up something. It's smelling nice. It's smelling nice what we're cooking right now. It's got a little ring to it. But the hot Spurs are back. But if we're playing 3 centre-backs regularly, then we also need another cover centre-back. Yes, we do. You are right about that internet benchmark. I have heard Spurs are on the market for a centre-back. That's been heavily reported all window. Now, I don't know who we're currently targeting because we haven't been linked to one as of recently, but I know Spurs are looking at that player. What do you think of Tel? I think he's a good youngster who's still got a long way to go. Not willing to write him off just 6 months into his Spurs career. Didn't have a great game last night, but that's just it. He didn't have a great game. He's still got a long way to go, and he can improve across the season. I like to see him play on the left wing a bit more than we do in the central. But I think the best games for him will be against some of the lower opposition sides where he can grow. Playing against PSG isn't probably where a 19 to 20-year-old grows. But playing against, Leeds, Sunderland, and then them, man, that's where you can grow. That's where you can feel a little bit more like yourself. And you could try some more stuff. The level of competition is a bit lower. So I like Tel, innit? I think he's got a lot of potential, and let's just see how he plays out across the season. Finn, if we can get Eze and get the paperwork completed before the close of play tomorrow, he can play on Saturday. Let's go. That's what I would hope. If I get to see Eze in a Spurs shirt against Burnley, I am here for it. Here for it. I'm trying to watch more of your channel during the season for sure. I'll be keeping an eye on little Spurs. Big up to you, Austin, man. Make sure you're keeping an eye out. Tap the post notification bell to stay up to date. I don't just do Tottenham content, innit? I don't just do Tottenham content. If you go through my videos, you'll see we do rival content. I give my thoughts on other teams. We do also have a prediction show. We're going to be doing a Prem prediction show. TNP Thursday night prediction, 7 p.m. every week. Me, Hooks, Dean, and D. I was gonna say the duo, the famous quadruple, whatever you want to call it. But the one right now, that's all the man, Us love doing shows together, and we thought, look, we got to get in a prediction show because people like seeing us all together. So that's going to be on, and that's going to be broadcast across all of our channels at the same time. So 7 p.m. tonight, whether you're watching on Hooks' channel, whether you're watching on Fans on TV, whether you're watching over here, make sure you're tuned in to TMP Thursday night predictions. We're going to be here. And just before we end up, Tel got abused too when he fumbled that 1v1 versus Newcastle. He's a confidence player. And one thing Bayern fans always said is he needs confidence. Unconfidence, Tel is the worst enemy of himself. That's something you can see already, man. Just seeing him in his few little moments, he is a confidence player. Now, obviously, he's not going to have the most confidence at the moment. But this is why, like I said, if us as Spurs fans can get behind him, send him a nice message. Just say you're proud of him, man. Just send him a message, say, I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you, bro. Looking forward to seeing you play this season. Looking forward to seeing you in a Spurs shirt this season. Just send them a little message, man. It don't take a second. It's really not going to cost you. Just go send them a message. Let's go give the little kid some confidence because, yeah, man. I think when you have all this bad news that he's been having and all the abuse, you just need something to look forward to and something to give back. Give me a second, people. Give me a. We back. Yeah, man. Look, I am gonna end literally in a minute. I am gonna end really, really shortly. But look, before we do end, let me just come through the chat. JJ, Cocky George, it's Jords, JJ. But Spursy, Chelsea showed you the template to beat PSG, but you fumbled. If you say so. But they got him for that addictive Super Cup song, man. The PSG Ultras came to Jords' tent for the lyrics of that song. They wanted me. They asked me for the rights, innit? They asked me for the naming rights, so I don't copyright them when they track Super Cup. That's what they wanted. They wanted the copyright, and they got me in a headlock. I had to give it to them, man. They got me in a headlock, bro. I can't even lie. They started doing that thing, you know, when you rub your knuckles on someone's head, bro. They started giving me one of them ones, man. Big up, my bro. Big up to the Mile High Hotspur every single time. D, big up yourself. Good morning from Denver, the Mile High City. Big up to you, my bro. Definitely need to get you on the channel sometime. But I know it's so busy in this season right now. It's so busy doing videos. Wesley, I'm gonna be on plenty of channels, so don't worry. They're gonna get that. They're gonna get that definitely today. But look, big up to everyone inside. We just hit 100 likes, so that's that. We hit the like goal. That's real good. Away from that, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna send you guys over to somebody. I just need to see where I'm gonna send you. No, we're gonna go raid up Hooks. Hooks is live. Oh, I don't know how long Hooks is gonna be live for because I think he's gonna end up He's gonna end real soon. Hooks is gonna end real soon. So let's see. All right. This is where we're gonna send you. We're gonna send you over to Tottenham on tour. We're gonna send you over to Tottenham on tour. We're doing a further review of the Tottenham game. We've got Brian Daigle over there with I think Ben Kaufman. I think this is Ben Kaufman, Coffee Company Ben. They're going to be doing some more on the game, talking a bit more on Spurs. And they've only started 10 minutes ago. So you got a full show to look forward to. Regarding me and my schedule, we're going to be back today, 7 p.m. for Thursday night predictions, but also did forget to say big up to Fans on TV in the building every single time. Big up to D Dean. Like I said, Thursday night predictions back with Hooks, backs with D. So that will be here at 7 p.m. Just need to confirm with Jacob whether we're going to be doing a show tonight. So we may be here tonight as well at 9:30, doing a bit more review on the Jords x Jacob link up. Because I know people have been asking for that again. And then also just appearances elsewhere. You'll see me on the 12th Man. Let's Talk Ball at 4 p.m. And then also Staffy. Obviously, I don't know if people saw the stream last night with Staffy. You know, Gooner Boy. That made me feel so much better. I'll tell you that right now, yeah. Seeing that emergency stream Staffy run up and Jimmy and Will and Cole and Staffy were just cooking Gooner Lee. You know, I don't have an opinion on what went on, really. Everyone feels how they feel. But that made me feel better. I had a smile on my face at the end of it. I had the smile over my face at the end of that, man. Just watching that stream, I was dying. Man called him B-Tech Rick Ross. You little boo-boo looking ass. I said it now. I don't want no beef with Jimmy. I want no beef with Jimmy. He had unlimited binds. Unlimited binds, bro. I want no Kuna Lee, bro. Guna boy. Hey, Guna boy. I get why the international fans felt a type of way, though. I will say that I do get why a lot of you felt a type of way. So I don't you guys know me. If anybody was watching Fans on TV, I'm for the international fans. I think football has to incorporate international fans, and playing games abroad and all this stuff is a part of it. But Jimmy, CB, and Expressions would be a class stream. It would. Watch it. If anybody's not seen that back and forth last year, Jimmy and CB had a war. They had a war on stream, and Jimmy was just killing me. Man said, "Your pink pussy lips looking ass, man." I got to stop there. But big up to everybody saying WW stream. As always, W stream. Let's get the W's in the chat. And look, Eze and Savinho date looks like it's going to be tomorrow. Both of them.